A lot of us are looking at life, and what God has for us is a path clearly laid out for us. And if you look behind me, there's a road and there's a bunch of lights illuminating the road. And that's how life is. But a lot of us, when we look at life, we look at everything else but the road in front of us, everything else but the light that's illuminated before us. And we look at the darkness, we look at everything that's overshadowing shadowing our path, and in anxiety and in worry, we look at that and we hesitate to move forward. And just like where I'm standing right now, I'm in the middle of a road, and where I came from is exactly where God had brought me to, which was this place. And behind me was a bunch of light. I got here, somehow I got here, right? And then beyond me is more road like this, right? And a lot of us, when we look at life, we don't take that straight path, and we don't realize that God is overlooking our direction, our path. And instead, what we do is we take these detours. And look, if you look at the side of the road, look how dark it is. Look, like, why do you want to go there, right? But the problem is, a lot of us, that's what we end up doing. We end up going into a dark path, into the middle of nowhere, into a detour that God doesn't really want us to be on. And what you got to realize is that God has a plan for you. He has a path for you, but He wants you to walk it, and He wants you to realize that He's illuminating, He's guiding, and He's showing you where to go. But it's up to you to move forward. And because we're so trapped in our anxiety, we're so trapped in our own fears and our own worries, and we're hesitant to make that move to go forward, that we get stuck and we end up being in this same place. And I'm here standing in the middle of the road. And imagine if your life is like that, where you just basically do nothing. You don't move, you don't go anywhere. You end up in the same place. And that's what we do a lot of times in our spiritual life, in our walk with the Lord. What God wants you to do is He wants you to move forward. He wants you to go straight, right? And even though it looks dark all around here, it's so scary everywhere. But if you focus on that, you're never going to get anywhere. You're never going to go to where you have to go. And if you think about all the cars that are driving by, and there were some cars before this, they're on their way. They're moving on their way to where they got to go. And that's what you got to do in your life. You have to keep moving forward. You can't focus on the left and right. But you have to realize that God is illuminating your path, just like He's doing in front of me here. And think about where He brought you. He brought you from all the way over here. Everything that you've gone through, He's covered you. He's shown you. He's been with you. He's always been there in the midst of it. But yet you're so focused on the here and now. You're so focused on this moment where I'm standing right here, this moment. But you're not looking forward. And you got to move forward. And you don't want to be taking detours. You don't want to be over here. Like, what's over here? There's nothing over here. You don't want to be going that way. You want to go the direction that God has for you. And so, guys, don't be thinking about the stuff around you. Don't be fearful. Don't be anxious. Be excited. And remember that it's not about this other stuff around here. It's not about this other stuff right here. But look at this light right here. Look at this light. Step by step, He's taking you to the place that He wants you to go. But you have to just take that action. Stop being so stubborn. Stop being so in such a standstill. But continue moving forward to where God has you. So God bless you guys, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.